Good evening, precious people. This is Don't Feed the Narcs. And tonight's topic is a very popular one, but I haven't really seen any videos on this, so I felt like I had to take a stab at it. So the topic is signs that a social media troll is a covert narc masquerading as an abuse victim or an empath. So let's get started. First, want to talk about what's the definition of a social media troll. This is someone who comes into discussions on various platforms, and they post comments that are designed to upset or disrupt the conversation. So they want to derail conversations, and often, or usually, definitely, they don't use logical methods. Often, in fact, it seems like there's really no purpose behind their comments except to upset everyone who is involved. So they're going to lie, exaggerate, and offend. They're attacking people to get a reaction. That's all they want, is a reaction. They don't care what the reaction is. They don't care if it's positive or negative. Does that sound familiar? So while trolls who comment on narcissistic abuse channels many times, they claim to be victims of abuse, guess what? 2 separate Canadian studies actually say otherwise, that they are not the victims. So 2 online studies with a total of 1,215 participants. They completed personality inventories and a survey of their internet commenting styles. So overall, strong positive associations emerged among online commenting frequency, trolling enjoyment, and troll identity. And all of this pointed to a common construct underlying the measures. What does that mean is that all of the responses to the surveys painted a picture of the type of personality that these trolls have. So both studies revealed similar patterns of relations between trolling and the dark tetrad of personality. So the dark tetrad of personality, if you've never heard of that before, is sadism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism. If you want to know more about that, I strongly recommend that you go to the YouTube channel of Dr. Todd Grande. He is a licensed psychologist, psychotherapist. I mean, his whole thing is scientific, using scientific evidence. I can't remember what his motto is, but he's very good. He's very detail-oriented, and he's very interesting. And he talks about the dark tetrad a lot. And so he can go into much more information and detail on that. So trolling correlated positively with sadism. Positively meaning it definitely is related to this. So trolling is related to sadism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism. Sadism is deriving pleasure from other people's pain. Psychopathy, you know what that is. And Machiavellianism is kind of like a cold, calculated, very intense focus on gaining power and control. And it's completely non-personal. It's almost robotic. Like it's just this real focus on the bottom line. I will do whatever I have to do to achieve this goal, no matter what the cost and the collateral damage. And they also had enjoyment ratings and identity scores. So of all personality measures, sadism showed the most robust association with trolling out of those 3. And importantly, the relationship was specific to trolling behavior. So trolls get a sick pleasure out of knowing that they are upsetting people and even hurting them. So social media trolling is an internet manifestation of sadism. I've linked an article about those 2 studies in the description box below. But the topic of this video is specifically trolls who lurk and comment on narcissistic abuse platforms. So I put together some lists of common comments that I've seen on my channel here and many of the other channels that I follow, and other forums and whatnot. So, but before I do that, would you please take a moment to subscribe? Share this video if you know someone that it would really help. We need to get the word out to as many people as possible that narc abuse is no longer under the radar. It will not be tolerated. We know who you are. We can identify you now, and you know what? We're keeping it moving. So here are the lists of frequent statements made by social media trolls on narcissistic abuse channels. And for everyone's convenience, I've grouped them by known narcissistic behaviors. So it will be easy to see that, yes, these are manifestations of narc behaviors. So see if these sound familiar to you. The first group is superiority. And here are the comments. You don't sound like a victim to me. Empaths don't do what you did. How dare you insult the experience of real victims by claiming to be one of them? My ex is a narcissist, and you definitely remind me of him or her. The next group is projection. I can tell by the tone of your voice that you have no empathy. I was set up by my ex just like what you did to your ex, so I know you're not a victim. It's evil of you to mislead people into thinking you're a victim when clearly you're the perpetrator. Gaslighting. This is a really helpful topic because a lot of people understand in theory what gaslighting is, but they often struggle to be able to identify real life examples of it. So here's some real life examples. Since you had no pity for the narcissist, that proves you aren't an empath. Real victims don't make videos about their abuse. Super empaths don't use profanity or get over-emotional. A true empath would feel sorry for hurting the narcissist. The last category is grandiosity, and this one's really important because many narcissistic abuse experts consider grandiosity to be the most important trait of any narcissist, no matter what their type, somatic, cerebral, classic, covert, overt, whatever. And here's the comments. My ex totally destroyed my life, and I've never recovered. Obviously, that didn't happen to you, so I doubt you're even telling the truth. I've been researching NPD for years, and it's obvious you don't know what you're talking about. I've had hundreds of narcs in my life, so I definitely recognize one when I see it. I've watched every single Sam Vaknin video, and he says there's no such thing as an empath. He says people who claim to be empaths are covert narcissists or psychopaths. I'm borderline and nobody feels pain like we do, so you really can't say that the narcissist ruined your life. Well, that's my list, but I saved one, the best for last. I consider this the #1 red flag that a social media troll is actually a narcissist masquerading as an empath or an abuse victim. And that is, they accuse you of being a narcissist. Well, that's it for today. I hope you like this topic. If you do, please take a moment to comment below, unless, of course, you're a troll. Well, even then, if you're a troll, go ahead and comment. I really don't care. Let us know what troll comments you've read or other times a narc accused you of being narc. I'd love to hear from you all. And one thing I would just want to say, if you yourself have a channel or a social media platform for any kind of abuse support and you see trolling comments, you know what? Don't respond. If it's your platform, you can delete the comments. But if you're just another commenter, don't let yourself be triggered by them. And for heaven's sakes, don't respond to these people. Just ignore them, because We all know that a narc is just looking for supply, and even those 2 studies confirm the same thing. So you must always stay strong. Don't let yourself be triggered. Don't answer that Hoover. And whatever you do, please don't feed the narcs. Take care. Bye-bye.